Moving forward, how to sell an inherited property? We're here to help. Inheriting a property can be challenging, especially after losing a loved one. It's okay to feel unsure. You don't need to make any decisions right away. Once probate is granted, ownership of the property transfers to you, and all associated costs become your responsibility, including home insurance, council tax, utility bills, property maintenance, ground rent and management fees if the property is leasehold. When selling your property, we know you have questions. Here are some of the most common. Do you have to pay the mortgage on an inherited property? That depends on the financial arrangements left by the deceased. Most mortgage companies require homeowners to have a life insurance policy. This policy is designed to pay off the mortgage in the event of their death. However, if no life insurance policy exists, or if the insurance company is unable to pay out, the mortgage may remain. Do you pay tax on inherited property UK? When inheriting a property, you may need to consider potential tax obligations, such as inheritance tax and capital gains tax. When do you pay inheritance tax on property? When inheriting a property, inheritance tax may apply if the value of the entire estate exceeds the tax-free threshold. The current inheritance tax threshold is £325,000. If the deceased person's estate, this includes their money, possessions and property, is worth more than this, inheritance tax will be charged at a rate of 40% on the amount above the threshold. Who pays inheritance tax on jointly owned property? In the case of jointly owned property, inheritance tax may apply depending on how the ownership was structured and the relationship between the owners. When do you pay capital gains tax on inherited property? You may be required to pay capital gains when you sell an inherited property. If you sell an inherited property, you may need to pay capital gains tax if the property isn't your main residence and its value increases between inheritance and sale. Capital gains tax may also apply if the property was gifted to you within 7 years before the former owner's passing. In this case, the tax is based on the increase in value from the time it was gifted to when it's sold. Shared inheritance. Inheriting a house with siblings. Inheriting a house with your siblings can have added complications if not everyone is in agreement about what to do with the property. Can an executor sell a property without all beneficiaries approving? The short answer is no. If all parties are equal beneficiaries and there's no agreement, no one, including the executor, can force a sale. If you're wondering whether to sell or rent out the house, it's important to weigh your options. Renting can provide ongoing income, but it also requires time, effort, and the costs of property management. What options do I have with a probate property? Move into the property, rent it out, sell it. Thinking about selling an inherited property in the Northeast? You have several options, each with its own benefits and challenges. Listing your property on the open market is the most common option. It's often the best way to achieve the highest price. Estate agents handle valuations, viewings, and negotiations. However, this route comes with no guarantees. It currently takes an average of 7 months to sell on the open market, and with probate, it could take over a year. Another option is selling at auction. While this can lead to a quicker sale, there's no guarantee your property will sell. Around 30% of properties fail to sell at auction, and a low guide price can make it harder to sell later on. For a fast and guaranteed sale, selling to a cash home buyer is an attractive option. Once probate is complete, a cash buyer can purchase your property in as little as 7 days. While you may need to accept less than market value, this option eliminates the hassle and time uncertainty of other methods. At Home Sold Today, we make selling your inherited property simple and quick. Call our friendly team or fill out our estimate form to see how we can help you. At Home Sold Today, we provide fast, personal service for homeowners in Newcastle, Sunderland and Middlesbrough. Contact us 7 days per week for a stress-free solution tailored to you.